Well, welcome back to the Reggies podcast. You're here with three blokes that could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. Boys, it's going to be a pretty big recap show today from the weekend, and also with the Origin teams out, heavy focus on that. As you can imagine, guys, not too much football was watched by us.
Not a whole lot.
Fuck all.
Not much live.
Might have watched a bit of Thursday night action.
And when I got home, so you had to work, Grope, Sunday night. But when I got home, I was on death's door. So the footy was on, but the lights weren't on in my little dome.
Thankfully, didn't see a minute of the Bronx Dragons game.
Oh, I saw that.
I was asleep, mate. It was great. I thought Sunday night was going to go so well at work because I slept for 3 hours at Arvie, and I woke up and went, fuck yeah. I've just had 3 hours before my first night shift. I never get that.
Yeah.
But no.
Rough. It was struggle
Look, it was
city.
rough. It was rough. But we got through it. The event, unreal.
Man.
Should we just give a quick round of applause?
Yeah.
To everyone who came and everyone involved made it possible. Just straight off the bat, Milton Common, Jimmy and the team there for putting up the space.
Yeah.
Venue. There you go. Cameron Hay from Pulse Racing, he chucked some money on the bar. He made the stable thing happen for all the owners.
Yeah, which was great, by the way.
Yeah, it really was.
Ned's rocked up with some hats, some pit vipers for everyone, and obviously gave us a bit of generosity on the day, which was great. And to all of you guys, I told you on the day that the event doesn't happen if it's not for you blokes and girls that were there. So yeah, huge shout out to every single Reggie that came and everyone who wanted to come but couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, that's right. And everyone who supported as well, like the hosted pot that we did around the day, which we'll get to in a bit. Obviously, we shit the bed there. But I mean, just the support around it and the idea around it just proved that this community gets the fuck around each other.
Yeah.
It was
100%.
literally just proof in the pudding, just for that. And people there on the day having the fucking best time. I didn't bump into one like arrogant, stuck up cockhead
not
at all.
one dull.
You know what I
bloke
mean?
either.
Everyone was just, it reminds you of a thing where it's like everyone was a bit of a random to each other, but you wouldn't think it if you walked in.
No, no.
Yeah.
Like the camaraderie we had, and obviously everyone wearing the merch and jerseys and shit, but we're out and about. People were thinking it was like a big rugby league team or
reunion or something.
Reunion or Bucks or whatever it was. But fuck, man, like easiest blokes and ladies to talk to.
Something to be super proud of, to be honest.
100%. It was like just 100 of your mates in a pub.
Very overwhelming it was.
Yeah.
And there was plenty of Polly getting around, which was good. You know, everyone was just Pollying everyed. It was fucking great.
It really was.
The amount of Polly I copped from fucking everyone, it was great.
Yeah.
Where'd we go that first night we got in? Because we flew there pretty late. Like we only got in.
And it was delayed as well.
Yeah. Pig and whistle.
Shout out to Qantas for cutting us off after 3 beers.
Yeah.
Bro.
3 beers, man.
We were not drunk.
We've rocked up to the airport, obviously excited as fuck.
Oh,
It was us 3 and Pedro. Very excited. But we've all just finished work, except for you, Tom. We've all just finished work. We've gone straight to the airport, first beer at the airport, and we're just like laughing and excited. Had another beer, plane's delayed, had another beer. 3 beers.
That's it.
That's all we had before we stepped on the plane. Got on there, we're like, righto, we'll get a beer. Or if they're shit beers, because sometimes they're like...
dirty old 50 lash.
50 lashes or something shit. I was like, we'll get a red wine or something.
To get a dirty old
So
fucking
anyway, we're
teeth
seeing
stainer.
the beers get put. We're like, they're Stone and Woods. Oh, maybe I can do one. We'll see. Trolley comes past. Oh, I'm sorry, boys. I've been told not to serve you.
By ground staff.
By ground staff.
Have ya? We've
I
been
just
grubbed.
went,
So we got grubbed by the groundies.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Grandy said it.
I'm going to have a word to them. I see them every second day. Hey, groundies. Fuck off.
So I just said, because it's not our fault. Poor old love walking the car.
We didn't blow up. We were just sort of confused.
I just laughed and looked at her and went, "You're kidding, aren't you?" And she went, "Oh, sorry." And she was very apologetic. And I said, "Oh, that's all good." I said, "That's a joke, though." I said, "We've had 3 beers and we're just very excited." And she's like, oh, yeah, it was the ground staff. And I just went, righto, all good.
You like see it and hear about it in like a comedy movie or something, getting like someone put strapped to their chair because they're vomiting and that. But 4 blokes are a bit excited because they had 30 grand in a hosted pot.
I hope the ground staff all get a severe case of gastro.
Well, at the same time,
Seriously?
ground staff were delaying another flight for a long, long time.
Yeah,
So
they were having a good day.
Lucky the squeeze of the week isn't here because you'd be getting
Yeah.
it, ground staff.
100%.
So anyway, we rocked up, got into
Cowards.
Brizzy, and then went straight to the room. It was like 9:30 by
Yeah,
this
man,
point.
it was
It was late.
And we'd been talking about trying to get together to come up with a plan, right? Like
Yeah.
we've had similar chats because the idea of the pot was to go to Doomben 10,000. It's going to be a hard track to pick, so we're like, right, we need to do a bit of research. We'd all sort of had a few ideas, but we wanted to get together as a group.
Yeah.
But
So
obviously-
what happened at the end, where we had some money left and we didn't know what to do with it, and it was like annoying, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
someone had to. We're like, oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? What should we do? I'm like, I knew this would happen.
Yeah.
This is why I want all the bets. I almost wanted to put them on before we started.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that everything was on. And, we
And
didn't
whatever
have to
was left
worry
had to
about
get
it.
split up. But like we got to the end there and there was fuck all left, and we're like, none of these Reggies want $5 back out of 20.
no
so
chance.
right, so I wanted it sorted. I almost wanted all the bets on before we got there.
Yeah.
But that wasn't happening on the Friday because we had a fucking lost child with us, basically. And we had to babysit someone who we won't mention.
Plus, we
because
got found by a bunch of Reggies.
straight up
Sniffed
got
too.
found.
Like
I got word on that too. We
ya?
all thought, because we put up an Instagram story saying that we were prepping.
Yeah.
With the analog bit of paper, right?
yes,
down
Which
the-
we did bring to do that.
That's right. And then straight up, Tommy Miles and the boys have sniffed us out and said, "Oh, you're at the Eagle Street Pig and Whistle." And we looked at the photo and went, "How the fuck did they work that out?" Noah fucking said it.
We might have to dock him.
We've got a narc.
Like in a text message, he said, "This is where we are."
Can I just say too though that we did put 5 bets down on that piece of paper at that table.
And we put
We
them all
did.
on.
We did. So
We had
don't
our
think that we
majority.
just didn't do any prep.
No,
It's just-
those bets were there to
100%.
put it. That were the ones we were going on with
Exactly.
the 5. But all the leftover money we
Yeah,
should have been
In-
doing multis
at
and
5,
shit with.
6 p.m. when everyone's getting a bit fucking sideways, I'm steaming around $6.5 grand, and I'm like, what the fuck do we do? MVP had a greyhound. MVP of the day, Wako, I think his name
Coming
was.
up.
We did 2.5 on another greyhound because I was like, fuck, we need a
That
bit
was-
of a morale. And then I
Yeah.
thought, Hamole
I
anytime. We
can't
need a
believe
try
you did
scorer.
that. You fuckwit.
Mate, I consoled
Yeah.
with the fellows.
Well, mate,
Oh,
I
you consoled with him. That's
I
great.
tried to console with you, and you said, mate,
I didn't have
your pot.
Yeah, that's what
And
I
you fucking
I
palmed
didn't
me
have.
off.
I didn't
That's
have
because my pot had more than that pot in it, and I didn't
Yeah,
care.
you didn't give a fuck because you were king of the day with your bet.
but before we move on from the pub, though, split the G.
He did.
On the
Gonna say,
Friday night,
split the
yeah.
G.
Tip the hat to that.
when
That
was
was
that?
quite remarkable.
Everyone was so shocked.
Yeah.
Have you tried it? Do you actually like Guinness?
I love Guinness. If
Wow,
I go to
bro.
a
Do you?
Was it shit?
Yeah, shocking.
Yeah, I'm not a
I
big
didn't
fan.
finish it after splitting it. I went, that's
an
all I'm
acquired-
ever going to do with that.
It's an acquired taste, but if I go to a pub and
Yeah.
I see it on tap,
It's
that's
like-
my drink of choice.
If you like
It's a meal.
tongue darting a freshly, I don't even know where I'm getting with that.
Neither do I.
It's not very nice.
it's like Vegemite sort of like coffee.
Bit of Promite coffee.
But it's not, it's a stout,
Sweaty
not
ring.
like fucking, mate. I understand. I used to hate it, but something just
You
changed.
still do. You just forced yourself to drink it.
It's the pale
No,
red
I
in you.
like it. I love it. It could
It's
be
the
my,
nice warm drink, bit of a meal there.
It could be my Irish
do you-
roots.
When do you start drinking it? Because
I get you, the
because
pale
I was
red Irish.
yeah because I was fucking
took you a bit.
I was at the end of my like beer capacity before I wanted to switch to spirits. So
Yeah.
that's probably the wrong time to try Guinness, right?
100%.
Because you're looking for a bit
If
of
you've
sweet.
You
got-
want to have it straight up. I
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah,
That's
if
what
you've
I
got
think.
a bit of an empty palate and it's fucking cold, beautiful off the tap, it's the best you're going to have it.
Yeah.
It's the best you're going to enjoy it. In saying that, though, that's all I drank that whole Friday night.
Yeah, yeah,
I didn't
you're
even get
up.
onto the spirits. I was like, fuck it, I'm staying on Guinness because it's not at every pub. We don't get it much here in fucking G.
Do you wake up crook?
Nah, I find, honestly, normal beers, everyone says it's like a meal. I find normal beers, like lagers, bloat me more than Guinness do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you're a little crafty fucking
I'm
bloke, are you?
I hate craft beers, but I love a stout.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm not just lying and saying that I love Guinness.
Yeah,
just to look
no. I can say that you were drinking them. That's why it started the G thing. It's like, oi,
I did it, and I fucking suck at it, and I drink it a lot, and that's what pissed me off almost. Is that Tom gets it first time ever having
I
one.
expected any less.
Tin ass Tommy, they were saying.
Yep.
Now, old mate who got the MVP jersey, the one of one, Tigers looking thing,
Actually
Neds.
fit him.
it fit him beautifully. It was great.
It was.
I just put him on my back and won him 10 grand. Or
You
something.
literally did.
So yeah, I know you can't even argue.
So I've got it, and the only reason I'm personally also up a decent amount for the day is because Groper, shout out to him, happened to walk over to me and literally say, "I'm going." Like I don't know if he said
there's 3 in this race.
Yeah.
Jace has got 1.
Yeah.
Keto's got his meteorological bed of the horizon, and I've got Summer Flame.
and I went 10 each way on Summer Flame, and it was 51
And we had a
win.
trifecta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like, so that one, not as much as fucking MVP who had
So-
100
MVP
bro.
has come over. So I thought he was pulling the piss out of me because like a couple of people did it. But he was like over there talking to me and he goes, "So what's your name, man?" And I went, "This cunt serious?" Or like, because 3 people did that earlier and were taking the mickey. And I was like, I'm Groper, mate. And he's like, "Oh, yeah, nice to meet you." And I'm like, "Oh, this bloke doesn't even listen."
Yeah.
No, he was with his mate Josh. I think.
Anyway, good on him for rocking up. He goes, "Oh, what are you going here?" And I went, "I've actually got a bet for the show." And said it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Righto," and just has a hunch on it.
slap a hun.
And he got 46s at the time.
Yeah.
And then as it's the fence was on its scone. That's the only reason that thing won.
Yeah.
And the next one too, Cabalas, it went up the fence as well.
Easiest run of the day, wasn't it?
And it's come home and won, and the carry on and commotion in that building was fucking off its head. And I've forgotten in that 5 minutes that he's done it, and he's come over with his eyes wide open with his phone, and I'm like, "Holy fuck!" That's right.
You mad cunt.
You two were kings.
Yeah, and then he's hit it again in another app.
Yeah.
Somewhere that he didn't
He
realise
doubled
until
up.
later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going
Fucking
off. Oh, mate.
nutter.
Yeah, so that got him halfway to the MVP, and then he put money on the bar. That's what really
mate.
sunk it in there,
Yeah.
and he won.
Yeah, 100%. And just a great bloke as well.
He was,
So
he was.
it was fucking good. But before we got there, though, that seeing all the horses at the stable was great. All
That
the
was so
owners
cool.
getting to meet Zamoya
Yep.
was excellent. It was cool looking at him. Like, he looks like, even having Button and Barbs and that, as much as we joke around in that, the blokes know what they're looking at and stuff. And like everyone's pretty happy with how he's looking and sort of what he's starting to do. It's been a sort of prolonged period. We've all been itching to see how he goes, but I think
They give his little
finally-
shins a touch, didn't they? And he hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's obviously shin sore, but they said, I can't remember who out of the horsemen was telling me if it was our horseman, their horseman, a fucking horseman anyway. He said it's one of those things where sort of similar to chicken pox where you sort of want them to get that and fuck it off out of them because
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
not
just
supposed to get it
always get it all
twice,
the
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So they said it's almost all right because you send him to the paddock now, his shins heal up, you knock his nut out at the same time because he only has one, and knock it out at the same time so that way the shins are right, he's been gelded,
The ultimate
he's,
gear change.
he's ready.
Yeah.
You know?
He'll come back better for
So,
it.
mate, honestly, everyone's just excited to where that we're at this stage now, and it's starting to get exciting.
I got
They did mention that he's not a massive boy and he's not going to be a massive boy, but Rob Archibald, friend of the show, said he's looking as athletic as he ever has. He's really starting to look like a
Coat was
racehorse.
shiny as
Oh,
fuck.
wasn't he?
Fit as
he
a
was
fiddle.
fucking glorious.
Look good. And they took the time as well to go and show us all the other horses and tell us a
Yeah.
bit about them. Hence why a couple of the show bets made sense. The
Alma Beer.
Alma Beer,
Stable
we
mate,
literally got
his neighbour.
steered into that as much as possible.
Yeah, well, we needed a better steerer on top of him.
Oh,
because
J-Mac.
James McDonald
Bro.
takes off at the 7 hunch. What?
Alma Beer, when
What?
we're sitting there looking at Zamoya and everyone's talking and I'm looking at our boy, something keeps going. button me in the shoulder, and it's Alma Beer right next to him. I'm giving him pats, just cool as a cucumber, and I'm thinking, you're going to win.
Well,
and
he got
said,
asked
yes, I am.
to sustain a sprint from 700 out.
Sunshine in Paris was there as well.
Yeah, and look,
Went on to win. He was she was a bit erratic. In
yeah,
the
a bit
stable.
erratic, and obviously
Sprinter,
that was a massive groper each that he gave us about that horse, obviously because the track
With the
conditions
heavy
and-
8, yeah.
Yeah.
Her
But
her best form's always been on a good deck, let alone soft or heavy.
Yeah.
So. But no, that was a massive win from them. And just the pot. Just lastly, let's just finish. Thank you to everyone who jumped in the pot because
100%.
we obviously had over 1,000 people in there, which broke records at Ned's, especially for a first time pot.
Yeah.
And
100%.
look, we obviously will learn for the next one that we just follow the G1 in for all pots in the future.
Look, honestly, I just want to say that just know there is no one more disappointed that we didn't give a return to everyone who put it in than us three.
Yeah.
Sitting right here. I'm off it.
Alma Beer turned the day on
Yeah,
us.
100%.
Better
We
the
thought
day
that
and was
it.
wound
I
in.
haven't seen like 3 or 4 things steer us into it. And then we got it at $3.30.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's wait. I kept saying, oh, it'll get the blows.
Yeah.
And you made me put it on, thank God.
Yeah.
$3.30 and it started even money. And
Crunched.
we got it at 3:30, probably 20 minutes before that. So there was some enormous bets.
We honestly thought that was going to be it. That was like the tide like starting to really come in, and
Yeah.
then you had the rest of the day to work with. And yeah, it was. If you were there, you would have known how some of the other bets went down. It was very fun. Obviously, we were in charge of the pot, and we put on the bets.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying.
There
if
was
you
a
were
bit of Goanna wrestling going on.
That's right.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
To see. We were split. It was in the Group 1 race, I believe.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
Marzu
Yeah, but we
and
picked it.
Yeah, that's right. But there was some fun stuff that happened on the day in regards to some things. And yeah, look, it was fucking amazing. The next time, though, we're definitely going to have a different strategy. But like anything that's new, there's going to be some things that you figure out and look at. And to be honest with you, Gropes, like some of the horses that won at Doomben that day were just fucking...
Yeah.
$70 roughies.
So that-
What are we meant to do about that? If we back a $70, you're going to say you're a fucking idiot.
Or you're a hero.
Or you have
but
a
I
thousand
mean,
on it.
but I
then
mean,
you go, oh, you're the best.
Yeah.
Like,
But
it's
it is-
punting at the end of the day.
It
Maybe
is
we
hard.
should have had 28 $1,000 bets on
Well,
roughies.
mate, we can ask the community next time about if they've got any ideas of what
Yeah.
we need to look at. But anyway, overall, the support is massive, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to fucking turn it all around next time we give it
Yep.
a crack at a next
We've
big carnival.
popped our cherry.
Pot
or the pot?
cherry.
Yeah, pot cherry. That's what I was looking for. And now we're ready to
What
fuck.
can all of you say that your first go at it, you did a great job?
Yeah.
Like on the job?
Was
Nah.
your first shag the
route.
best one you fucking ever had? Have you gone, oi,
Definitely
I
not.
nailed it.
Definitely not.
Nah.
You didn't.
Nah.
But then the more and more you did it, you knew what you liked.
Still
you knew what they
hopeless.
liked. Still only go for 20 seconds.
Honestly, though, some of the people we met that day and the support with everyone in their jerseys, hats, without them even just coming to say good day and that they liked the show. And
Yeah,
to be
mate.
honest with you, it was just a fucking fun day, regardless
really
on
was.
everything else.
It was so fun. So much fun.
I can't wait to do it all again.
Shout out to the venue too. They
Yep.
put on a great show.
They did. And there was a lot of rowdy Reggies in there. Obviously, no one being aggressive to anyone, but put up with a lot of drunken,
Yeah,
you
man.
know,
And
people that day.
we just
Yeah.
had free reign in there,
Yeah.
you know.
We had
did all
keto
those.
on tables
Hitting
with
with
Polly.
Polly.
Oh, there was a poly. bit of-
Barbary.
Get out of
Where
here.
is he?
Yeah.
Noah, shout out to Noah as well. Like, he would have loved to just get absolutely obliterated the whole time with us all, but he was on the camera.
That's right.
Filmed all of it. There will be a vlog done up about
Looking
that.
forward
That's
to the
gonna be
vlog.
epic.
Shout out to Peak Productions for putting that on for us. Looking forward to the vlog. It's going to be a good one. All right, let's move on to the football. By football, I mean the NRL, and by the NRL, I mean the State
Rugby
of Origin.
League.
That's obviously going to be the main part of this show is the Origin sides.
Yep.
What you think, what I think, what Jace thinks. And I reckon there's going to be some differing opinions here because I cannot get my head around. And I know you guys are going to say a lot of positive things about Queensland, and I love that. But I want to be real and just say, fuck me, they have a great side. The Blues do, and I don't know if I'd change a thing. So, but before we get there, I just want to go to all these rage-baiting New South Wales podcast hosts.
Oh, yeah.
Just quickly.
Yeah.
God, that sounds terrible. Podcast hosts. Content creators. Anyway.
That's what you are,
I know, mate, and it sounds gay.
It's a tough gig.
That's what it is. So, they've all done it too. Hello Sport, the 12th man's son. Be nothing without his father. That bloke.
Bang, first
NRL
drive by.
roast. He even admitted rage baiting with his little video he put
Couple
up.
little fishing emojis.
It's just the worst kind of content. So you're better than that, guys. Come on. And now I've given this guy a fair few positive comments and not one negative one ever. And that is old mate, what's new in the castle? I'm not sure what he's... Nilso, there you go. He just posted a picture of the Queensland side and just spent 60 seconds laughing, like a real fake, annoying laugh. And look, it's worked because it's wound me right up.
Key in the back just...
Now, I don't listen to Hello Sport or Guru or anyone's show, not because for any other fact that I don't have time, but I heard a rumour, and I didn't fact check it, and we never do, so why would I start now? But I heard that this What's New in the Castle guy has spent years trying to get into some VIP status of the Hello Sport group. Is there any truth to this?
Yeah, I think he's been chipping away to Baggy Green
Yes.
for years.
And I mean,
The 11.
begging and pleading for years just to be accepted.
I'm pretty sure he's an adult too.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he just wants to be. He's a try-hard wannabe Hello Sport VIP, non-VIP.
He didn't have it.
That's simpy. That's very simpy.
Simpy.
Wait,
Oh,
Can I just
please,
say, I'm
please,
impressed
boys.
with your choice of words. Are you very with the times?
Well,
Just in
I'm
your
trying my
spiel.
hardest to not give them what they've asked for here by putting up these videos. But
Yeah.
you see a simp, you got to call a simp.
Yeah.
So,
Call a
So Graper
spade a
versus
spade.
Nilso next year at the Gold Coast.
well, look, I sort of all I can think like it's taken me away from the sides itself because all I can think about is this cock breath.
You've been
Going
successfully raged.
I
baited.
have been
See,
successfully
this is-
rage
Never
baited,
happens
but
to you either.
You don't want me to come out of retirement. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And just prove to you that there's always someone better than you. You don't want it. And I know, I should know that there's always someone out there better than you because I'm 0-6 on the street.
Yeah.
Plenty better than me, but not you, mate. Not
Yeah.
a chance.
There you go.
Now let's talk about the sides.
Well, before we fucking do, I want to go on the back of that and say, whoever the fuck's making a podcast that's interested in football, where the fuck are you from Queensland?
yeah, where's the Queensland?
Where the fuck are the Queenslanders? Come on,
We feel
cunts.
very alone in this
these
battle.
Dad, passion, fucking cracked lips motherfuckers selling out the shelves of chapstick and paw fucking ointment across the state of New South Wales are just chapping everywhere. Oh, wow, you have a better team on paper. You have for fucking years. Why is that? Because you have 1,000 cunts to pick from. We just have to pick the best bloke who's ready to give it a go. And hey, it's worked out all right over the years, hasn't it, cunts? So jam it up your fucking ass, and I can't wait to beat you cunts when we shouldn't again.
Wow.
After
was
we had the
epic.
best side ever for about a decade, either
Still
side
had
of-
less to pick from.
I know, but either side of that,
Yeah.
we've always had less to pick from and
Yeah.
have always had a better side. Let's talk about the sides.
All right.
I want to talk about the contrast in the reactions, not just the sides themselves.
Yeah.
So the reaction to the sides, all I've heard from the Blues side of things is, where's Luai? Where's Turbo? Can't believe he didn't pick Terrell May. No one's even mentioned that poor old Bradman Best didn't even get a look in. He was never a chance. God, that must be nice because on the flip side, Queensland had to go to their fucking fourth string just to get a bloke to play.
We had to dig deep in the
Tommy
barrel.
nearly got called up and asked to play weak. this
And he
next
would've.
cab off the rank to play wing. I was going to say front row, but that wouldn't happen anymore.
No, that's
5
right.
years ago, maybe.
Oh, and look, and I know you're going to say this always happens, and that's what you've just gone into there, but we do have to admit to ourselves that our backs are firmly up against the wall just where we like it. Because they are.
Definitely.
You look at their side, and I don't know if I would change a single thing. I like that they've picked Moses and Cleary because Moses, remember back at the Tigs? Back at the Tigers, Brooksy played 7, Moses played 6.
He can
Moses'
play
running
6.
game won them the fucking game last year.
They scored a
in game
try
3.
from it, yeah.
He's going to be unreal. Their kicking game terrifies the fuck out of me because how frustrating was it in the pretty well games 2 and game 3 last year? Moses would just boot it 70 metres and then Cherry Evans had put some little 40-metre banana kick.
We were jammed in our own end every fucking
And
set
it was
for
so
a whole
frustrating.
half. Yeah.
So frustrating. So,
I agree with you, what you said there, Gropes, to a point. Like, the kicking games are amazing, obviously, with Moses and Cleary. You can't say anything against that. However, if I'm picking at it a little bit, and let me just clarify by saying I think their team is better on paper overall, and that every player in there is a fucking gun, like it is every year. But what I'm going to say is I wouldn't have picked Cleary and Moses only because I'm stubborn in me ways of the 6-7 thing, and I feel like Jerome Luai has that game-breaking ability and he's a left-foot kicker, so it offers something else. I feel like their spine of Dylan Edwards, Mitchell Moses, Nathan Cleary and Reece Robson are very safe players, and they aren't off the middle of nowhere with nothing presented to them game breakers. They can be, but you look at Kalen Ponga, game breaker from anywhere. Munster, game breaker from anywhere. Harry Grant, game breaker from fucking anywhere. So although across the board we might not have the strike power and that, we have players that can turn up and turn a game on its head in State of Origin.
Cleary can break a game, like obviously he did in 2023. But you're right, at club, mate. Like he hasn't really staked his claim at state level.
Because I like all those points you just made there, Tom. The way that the games of Origin have been played over the last, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. I like that about their team, that they're just fucking job doers, and that because the game just gets played up the guts, and it's all about
it becomes an arm wrestle.
Yeah, and I
love that at that.
Job doers.
Like game 3 last year, that first half was the biggest arm wrestle of rugby league I've ever seen.
To have Toto, Edwards, and they just take the first 3 hit ups, forwards get back on side, way you go. I tell you what is huge, absolutely massive, is Payne Haas's fitness.
100%.
It's terrifying.
Like, mate.
If he's gone, that's a lot better for us.
Yeah. Now that Broncos are in the mud anyway, I don't mind if he's injured for a couple of weeks.
I can't remember who it was. It was right at the start of the season. Like, Payne's been good the whole way through the first
Best forward in the comp,
11 rounds, easily, by a fucking number. And it was just funny, after about 2 or 3 rounds, it was like, it'd be handy if he gets a 1 week hammy or something. Origin time.
A couple of weeks suspension.
And then he might actually get that. So
they're
he's
obviously saying it's a grade 1 sort of
He's been named, but they're obviously going to say that he's ready to go.
Just looking at this team and just going back on that point before, what's your thoughts on Reece Robson versus Happy Man? Because it'd be a totally different story in my thoughts going right. If you had Dylan Edwards, who's the fucking workhorse, you had the 2 halves, none of them are a real elusive, stepping, crazy fucking game-breaking half. But if you have Happy, there's your magic dude. There's your fucking creation, but they don't. That would have been nearly the perfect side for me if they put Appy in, because there's your magic. Off the bench, Connor Watson's he can fill a gap anywhere, but again, it's a safe utility. He's not a fucking...
Yeah. Last year, I said that Appy should have been their number 9, and obviously... Reece Robson did a great job. He just tackles his
he doesn't
fucking
miss
hole
tackle,
out,
man.
and he doesn't make a bad
He's like a
pass.
lock.
And that's not what I'm saying about him.
But yeah, I know what you mean. That game-breaking ability isn't.
And you watch
really
me
there
probably
in the
look like a
spine.
fuckwit, But I mean, and they've got players all over the park in the backs and that can break it open. But
It's
I mean,
obviously-
as a spine,
It's a game plan that they're going for.
Yeah, for
if they
sure.
really wanted to be that elusive style that they've had in recent years, this is Laurie Daly picking a side of toilers, and that's his coaching
Do you
style.
reckon this is a side picked for the Cauldron? Like picked to go to Suncorp
People who
based
can do
on
it,
and
yeah.
like effort and defence instead of flair?
Because why the fuck isn't Jake Trbojevic there?
He got hurt.
Yeah, you got
Is
knocked
he
out.
injured?
He got knocked out, mate.
Okay, I was about to fire about that and go,
Yeah, but mate,
how's that cunt
you
not
can't
in the team?
pick that cunt after the series he had last year. He played about
He was their captain.
30 minutes the whole. He played 10 minutes each game.
Yeah, but
Because
that's not
Michael
his fault,
Maguire pulled him off. And they were like, oh, we want Spencer on here
I think by
running
the sounds
as
of
hard
it,
as fuck.
Listening to all the old boys that have been talking from the Blues and that's like their first choice of just having that culture and that in
Yeah,
there.
I think he was definitely going to get picked, but he got knocked out, so he's
Yeah.
out for the 11
Okay,
days.
that makes
stand down or
a
whatever.
lot more sense.
But in saying that, Laurie's just picked this team off the back of Madge, obviously.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to think too hard about this.
No.
yeah,
This is the same side as last year. You've just dropped Luai, picked Cleary.
Well, the Dylan Edwards one, like Tedesco's probably in arguably better form
Yeah.
than Edwards, but for once
They've
they've
picked-
gone like, well, Edwards
and
hasn't
stick.
done anything
Same
bad
as
enough
Reece
to lose.
Robson.
Same with Reece Robson.
Yeah.
Brian Toto, obviously he does what he does. Crichton picked himself. You got to have Latrell in there. Zach Lomax, that's a smart fucking choice from them.
he
'cause
pretty
he
well.
is-
he had an unbelievable series
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
And
mate, that's
not-
what I mean.
They
Yeah.
were going to pick Turbo over him. That would have been
a lot of these
classic New
blokes
South
that they've
Wales.
had to give at least one game, and if they shit the bed, then they'll be dropped. But not worthy of being dropped after you could go to Queensland and you could win a fucking
Do you
decider.
reckon? So for me, it's a free fucking shot for them.
Yeah.
Free throw at the stumps. Go to Suncorp, game one. If we win at Suncorp game one, I know it was flipped on its head last year and we won in Sydney and then couldn't wrap the series up. But if they can get a win here, like it's
I get what
fucking
you're saying,
very, very,
yeah.
very hard for
They-
us
Oh,
to
fuck
come back
yeah.
and win.
And in
No,
history,
this is a fucking must
It's
win for
all the
Queensland.
pressure's on Queensland. We have to
Yeah,
win,
yeah, yeah.
and they've got this fucking side of
Yeah.
weapons
Yeah.
to just come and just throw everything they got. If they get a
and
win,
how many times
look
in the
out.
last few years has this happened where we'll take a game one, whether it's away or it's at home, we go to fucking some neutral venue like Melbourne or Perth and they just pants us.
Yeah, Perth.
Because
we're
they,
not good Perth players.
No, we're terrible when it goes long.
We don't like it long.
We fucking hate game
We
twos
hate it
that are
long.
long.
I'll tell you what is a huge matchup if it happens that one plays and the other doesn't. We kept talking about Tino and how much we missed him last year.
Yeah.
Big time.
If Tino, obviously he's going to play.
Yeah.
And if they're missing Payne.
Yeah.
oh,
Man, that's what.
that is huge.
I was
That is
salivating
huge.
the other day going, look at him in there. Look at him there.
So
I'm
good to have him
glad he's
back.
there.
Can you just not get up for this one?
Can you
Payne?
just strain
Yeah.
your quad further?
Please.
Just for
a
another
little
week.
Bit. Just a little bit.
Strain it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
say I'm not
Strain
feeling
it.
it.
And not that we don't want the best
Oh,
line up
fuck
against
off.
the
Yes,
best,
no,
but
we
you can
don't.
fuck off because Payne Haas,
He's
Payne
different.
Haas is different. He's superhuman.
He
Yeah,
is.
you're not
And I
allowed.
think because he's superhuman, they'll have a couple of needles waiting for him saying,
Oh, yeah.
you're not going to feel anything this game.
So pretty much, fuck you all.
Yeah, for a lack of words.
You have a great team,
Go and
but
fuck
we're going to
yourself.
fucking beat you at the Cauldron.
Go
Now,
and
let's
fuck
Couple
yourself,
of
fellas.
predictions. Toya's going to have a blinder. Robert Toya.
Can-
I reckon
what-
he's going to have a blinder debut game. He's got no scars, boys. There's no scars there.
10
Yeah.
games of
Should we? Do
rugby
we
league
actually read through?
in the
Everyone would
NRL.
know the New South Wales team by now. Did we read through it at the start? there?
They all know. We all know.
Yeah, and then
We all know.
Queensland, obviously.
I'm not happy about. I'm stoked that Tino's there, but what's Fodawaker done to get himself picked?
I suppose it's
I really
more-
rate him in the Origin arena, man. Every time he's pulled on the Queensland jersey,
Has he though? Are you about to
But
say
mate,
this?
it's more. But it's more.
I reckon he's been shit.
But it's
I've
more,
rated him, and his impact that he's had off the bench has been quite good. I don't think he started very often, but he's a meter eater, and he's just stepped up. Who else are you going to start in there, though?
I know, that's what I mean. We
I
don't have
personally
any
would be
guys.
starting. I would be starting Lindsay.
Yeah.
You could easily
He
flip-
might. He might
Yeah.
too.
I
You
think-
could flip them around, and I wouldn't bat an eye.
So let's just go through quickly on the interchange because this is terrifying. That Watson and Dearden, I reckon, different
Yeah.
players, but they're coming on to do the same job. I like that Dearden will come on and he can fucking kick out a dummy half and shit. Just provide us one more option
Well,
for kicking.
Dearden can cover both halves and a hooker.
That's right. And I like him coming on. You know, obviously Munster, Cherry Evans don't get hurt, stay healthy. Coming on, providing that third option to kick because, let's be honest, the kicking game of Cherry and Munster up against Moses and Cleary, that's going to be a pretty big difference there, I feel. And then Lindsay Collins up against Big Spencer. That fucker, Spencer Leniu, comes on in Origin and just decides.
He's probably the best impact forward in the
I'm
game,
going
bro.
to run faster than fucking
Everyone.
Coates or Hammer and just be huge. Hudson Young is in unbelievable form,
But so's Beau
but
Fermor.
so's Beau Fermor.
Two of the best second rows in the game, right?
And then you got Trent Luero, which is a strange selection.
Billy's
but-
seeing something in there that I don't think we
Well,
are.
I don't know. Who else are we going to pick?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I don't know.
see-
Maxi King's a good one for them. I like
Liero
that pick
and
too.
Max King are both a bit like, ooh, left field selections from each other, but they're toilers, and clearly Laurie Daly is seeing something
See,
from him, and Billy's seeing something from Liero in the Storm system. He said he's like, I've watched him for years
True.
now.
Yeah.
Like, he's seeing something we aren't from the naked eye.
See, obviously you can't be just absolutely stoked with Robert in the centres, but I'm glad that we picked a centre though. One with a heap of ability. Obviously he's getting put into the deep end, but that's what it's all about, right? How many Queenslanders have had to do that over the years?
So he wasn't playing until Cobbo got hurt.
Yeah.
And
Tuolangi.
Tuolangi got hurt.
That's
so
right.
word was that Tuolangi was going to. He was definitely going to
Gonna
play.
be on the wing and Val in the centres.
He was definitely going to play.
Yeah.
And then it was righto. He got hurt on the Saturday night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
okay,
I'm pretty sure.
Well, Cobbo's in. Well, whenever they play.
Yeah.
Righto, Cobbo's in, and then he fucking got hurt. So we were
I
sort
really-
of
I
like,
don't-
righto, who do we pick?
I don't hate it.
Man,
because-
like we've just spoken about, right? We are not going to beat New South Wales with picking a stronger, more sturdy team.
No.
So the fact that we have a heap of elusive cunts, Hammer's in there, Ponga, fucking like
Just
I've
give
just said,
Hamaso the football.
we have
literally.
we have the flair there to
Yeah.
undo a structured fucking solid team, and we've got to have a game plan. So at least we've got this, that we've got better players at certain things than they do. Because like I said, if we just try and be better at what they've done, we're not going to be.
No.
So the fact that we've got that, there's a fucking positive there. My only thing here is if we've picked Beau Fermor, right, because he's a gun second rower in really good form, why the fuck isn't he starting second row and we inject Ruben into the middle?
I
reckon
100% agree.
That will happen.
I think so too, because what the fuck? What are you doing?
Cotter playing second row worked like one game a few years ago with a bit of a late change.
That'll happen.
And then he played second row
It's
last year,
gotta
and it
happen.
really showed with size and speed and the modern second rower against him. It was like, he's not a second rower.
Man,
don't put him in second row.
Don't
I'm
isolate
sick of putting him in
this
second
little
row.
legend of a nugget where he's going to be getting a line run on him with a sweeping fullback around the back, and he's got to be expected to make the pace over to stop him. Like,
His little legs.
yeah, let him
stumps.
get in the middle and truck nut and tackle his little mulleted hole.
If he
out.
does start, I reckon he'll play there for like the first 15.
Yeah.
And then he'll be on a rotation through the middle.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if this 1 to 13 is the same come next Wednesday
Obviously,
night.
Tom Gilbert being injured
Yeah.
and tearing his pec, that fucking sucks.
How much bad luck is he going to get?
Because I'm going, that poor
That'll be
cunt,
the year again.
surely
gone.
he was a walk-up
Yeah.
start in
He
second
was.
row.
Yeah.
Just that is the typical Origin player right
Yeah.
there.
Big firing.
So you go, yeah,
Redmond.
head built like a Besser brick.
Yeah.
Fucking love him. Like he
That's
would have been
actually,
perfect.
I've just realised who we could have had instead of Trent Liero. Corey Horsburgh.
yeah, the big whores. Where
Yeah,
He
what-
has had a breakout year.
I think
Wow.
I think
He
there's a
had
bit
it
of
the
I think
year
there's a
before.
bit of favouritism
Fuck, the year
there.
before 4.
I don't know who
Billy-
can left him out.
Billy being part of the Storm coaching staff and that I think has a
Yeah.
lot to do with seeing Trent behind
Corey,
the scenes.
yeah,
and that.
I agree. Horsburgh would have been a perfect 17 to line up against King.
Imagine him coming off the
'Cause
bench
he-
and just
yeah, but
being
he's
that
pl-
fucking mongrel.
He played in 20, must have been 23, and then he had all those dramas last year in 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate, I would have
and
went
now
and
he's back.
paid the blokes behind the bench to spray Horsburgh all game before he went on. So and then just go when they put Spencer on, go oi red.
Yeah,
You
get
Get
on.
can't tell me
in.
he wouldn't literally kill someone
do his
or
best.
die for that jersey.
I know. But anyway, we'll see how we go.
See, Kurt, man, I agree with that as an 18th man.
Yeah, he's Mr.
I
Fix
think
It.
I think that gun is probably one of the most versatile players
Yeah,
in the
100%.
NRL.
Compared to theirs, anyway.
Yeah, who's theirs again?
Big Campbell, Graham.
Oh yeah.
Stretch.
The old cereal.
But I think that's the perfect 18th man though. So that's a good option. And like I said, man, you look at it all, you can look at it however you want, but there's two different teams there with different skill sets, and that's a good thing for us because we're not going to outdo them at their game.
Robert Toya, is that his hat? Toya Groves?
Yeah.
He's either going to be like, he'll either have an amazing fucking game and it'll just work perfectly and he'll have so much confidence from there.
That's what's
matching
gonna
up,
happen.
Or he'll have an absolute bed shit and they'll go, okay, we tried, fuck off.
Let's
who's he
not have a Justin Hodges.
Do we?
Yeah, I just don't think there's any in between. It's either amazing game or terrible
He's
game.
going to line up on Latrell,
Do you reckon?
I reckon. And then it'll
I
be
think
Crichton
so,
and
yeah.
Hammer.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a massive ask. Massive ask.
Big time.
Especially because he's not a huge body. Like Toya's not like a huge
But
body.
gee, he's got
How's
some
that? Welcome
fucking
to
strength
Origin.
to him.
Yeah. Here, have this real
That's a
fast,
he's got a-
huge
Have
bloke.
Trell with the biggest set of confidence on him
Yeah.
he's probably
Coming,
had in a
yeah,
very
the
long
last few
time.
weeks.
That's all right.
It's gonna be a difficult task, but yeah.
But
Very difficult.
Tino though, I can't tell you how pumped I am
Tino
that he is
in,
there.
Having him
pass
back.
out will be massive.
Will be.
Big
Can
time.
we have that, please?
And we got to remember too, we're at the Cauldron.
Yeah.
We-
First
of course.
game, we haven't had any negativity yet. All we've had is all these fart sniffing, dad kissing cocksuckers just pumping up
Not
how good they
cockroaches.
are once again.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So Billy will be letting them see all that. It'll be
bit of bush poetry.
we're fucking legends. And fucking here we go. And
Boys.
I'll be actually going in behind enemy lines deep into dad kissing country for the Origin stream with the Hello Sport boys.
But you're gonna
True.
be
With
represent-
fucking Billy Birmingham's son.
Yeah, representing the
Wow.
Reggies and all of Queensland and
Yeah.
everything. So that should be interesting.
like we mentioned before,
Deep
there's a
behind
lot
enemy
of
lines.
New South Welshmen podcasters. You directly are going to be flying the flag for Queensland
Yeah.
And the Reggies.
podcasting.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the Reggies
that's right. For
as a community.
everyone in Queensland, and I'd recommend all you cunts have a go.
Yeah.
Fire up. Give it back to these fuckers. Let's go.
Where's Kempy?
Yeah, Kempy.
Fire up.
Get your balls out of your purse, mate, and fucking have a crack at these dogs. Get off the fence and fucking have a crack.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's State of Origin.
Come on, bro.
They're
Look at
trying to rage bait us, and we're just going.
And it's working.
Well, we're getting rage baited, but everyone else is just letting them.
Yeah.
No,
Fire the
we're
fuck up.
Nah,
it
they're
should-
probably doing what we should do and just wait until after we've won and then
Boys.
go, oh, what happened?
Boys, we're forgetting something here. We're still Queensland.
Aye, we get it.
We get it.
Queensland.
But look, all jokes aside, I'm fucking pumped. It's my favourite time of the year. It sneaks up every year too.
Dude, it does.
Like, I can't believe that it is next week. This year's
Yeah.
gone so fucking quick. So I'm pumped just to have it back, to be honest. All this chat, as much as we're blowing up at them, they're fucking rage bait and everyone's lipping up. It's because it's fucking awesome. And it's
It's
because
all a
we're all
part of
so
Origin.
passionate about this game.
If
One
this
more.
shit didn't happen before Origin, you were just like, yeah, you know, boys, may the best team win. See you out there.
Is Klein
It wouldn't be a
reffing?
fucking rivalry.
Oh,
It's Klein reffing.
How can we tell? Is it on the...
should be able to tell here.
Fuck, my app's working super fast.
Yeah, it should be on the NRL.
That means it's not working for anyone
Just so you-
new to this
yeah.
show after the weekend.
If it's your first time listening, nothing is ever what it is.
Uh,
Fuck you piece of shit. Bro.
I can't see, but
Hang on.
I assume he would be in the mix. One more thing I want to mention is we need the Munster of old
We do.
because it's been a while
Mate.
since he does Munster shit.
We need the Queensland of old in this team because 2023 series, we're up 2-0 after 2 games. That 1-17 isn't like majorly different. It is not that different. There's probably 3 or 4 names like Walshy not being in there, but that spine is still very fucking similar. Like, no Ben Hunt. The forward pack is very similar to what we've had where we absolutely fucking hammered them. It's just their
Well, we
squad.
up 2-0.
Yeah, remember game 2 we won in
Oh,
Queensland.
Turbo done the peck or something straight
Walshy
up.
and Luai sent off while she's
yeah.
pointing at the jersey, the
Sure,
headbutt.
was that game 2, not
Game
3?
2, yeah. They won game 3, though, back at home, I think.
That's fine.
No one fucking remembers, though, obviously.
Fine.
Yeah.
Is game 3 in neutral venue or is it?
No, game 2 is Perth. I
Yeah, is it?
believe.
Oh, is it long?
Yeah, that's what I mentioned about before, that we need to win because we do unreal. when we go to
we
Perth.
need to win this first one regardless. It's hard to say needed to win the first game last year. I thought they needed to win the first game last year, and it just turned out an absolute catastrophe for them.
Bloodbath.
Because it was fucking
Suoliti.
Suoliti sent off in the first couple of minutes.
Walsh his head off.
Walsh head taken off, and we ended up winning because we had an extra bloke the whole time. And then, I feel like the pressure's all on Queensland in the fact that it's the first game's at Suncorp, we need to win it, but then the pressure's also on them because all they're hearing is their tyres being inflated on how much better they are than us.
As soon as a team comes out every year, their cocks just get drooled all over. Their whole state.
Just while you've got a web browser open there, can you find out how many series Laurie Daly has lost by any chance?
He only won 1 from 5, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So that's a massive. Like if we can get the job done, which I honestly think we can at the Cauldron, that's a massive. Like you can't explain. Well, they all explain how much of an influence that is
100%.
at Suncorp for Queensland.
And they're going to be coming off the back of, well, boys, we did it last year, and they're going to be. I think it almost works in a little bit in our favour. Them getting the win last year, thinking, oh, we've got Suncorp covered. We know how Suncorp works now. Surely the boys and the fans and everyone will fire up extra because of how much losing a decider hurt.
Well, I
being
know how
back
much is
at
on the
Suncorp.
line, man. If we can get it done, even though we're not deadly at Perth, it's still better than being in dad kissing country.
For sure.
So if we win, there's a chance at a neutral venue to seal it.
So Daly, he broke the drought of the 8 straight.
2014, yeah.
But he coached for five seasons and only got the 1, and that was the drought breaking. So 6 wins, 9 losses in total.
Yeah.
It's not a great record, is it?
It's not great, but he was up
been out
against
of the
a
coaching
pretty
gig.
handy side.
Oh, good
Yeah.
spine.
Yeah.
He's been out of a coaching gig for a while too.
He's coming off the back of Madge too. I feel like that helps him.
To be honest, though, it's definitely a different thing than fucking just a clubland coach, though. Like, their whole thing is just
100%.
managing men and getting them in the right mind frame, right?
Mal
They all know
Meninga.
how to play footy, those guys.
Mal Meninga, for example. That bloke was a
mate,
part of their 8 in a row,
just
but
legend.
how much coaching would he have done? He would have been a man
Nothing.
manager, and then who was
Michael Hagan, mate.
Hagan,
he
that's
was
it.
the fucking man.
He was the man.
And he just got no credit at all. Early doors, we've got $1.67 for the Blues and $2.20 Maroons, which I feel is fair.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And
awesome. I'm going to have value in my multi.
You
then.
watch which is strange to say at Suncorp, that
Very
we're
odd.
the underdogs. Watch if Payne Haas gets ruled out. I reckon they'll flip. Dead set. He is that fucking good. I reckon they'll flip. Righto. Looking forward to it.
Who do you think just quickly, who do you think the wingers mark up on?
Bro, I think
Because
we
it has shit me
need-
to
Well,
tears.
hang on. We can work
Coates
this
on
out
2.
because does Coates plays on the left for the Storm
Yep.
He does.
and 2 plays on the right, does he not, for Penrith?
No, doesn't he? Oh, fuck.
Brian plays on the right, doesn't
Does he?
Oh, fuck. No, I don't know.
I'm trying to think
I
of
don't know.
where he scored.
Well, he hasn't played much this year, to be honest.
The 2, yeah.
But I thought...
Lomax played on the right last year for him, but
Yeah, righto.
yeah, he did actually.
Because
Yeah.
I'm just thinking because obviously Lomax is a gun in the air as well. So
Yes.
him versus Coates, you'd probably still put it up there and see how we go. But if he's on Toto, similar to like if fucking Lomax is on Val, sure, we have been so bad, Queensland, at not targeting Coates. in the
NRL
air.
teams are terrible at fucking not targeting Toto.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
he's never been tested. I don't know why. I have to give Bill a ring.
Yeah. Well, you've got his phone number. So.
He'll have you on speed dial already.
Yeah.
He needs your help.
yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah,
I
I'd
thought it'd be
say that's
interesting.
what I'll do. Lomax played on the right last year. Why would
Yeah.
you change that? He had a blinder.
Yep.
And Coates plays on the left normally for the Storm. Why would you change that?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and yeah, Val will just have to play on the right. Val normally plays on the left in the centres or on the wing though. So
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, it depends what the game plan is, right? Obviously, they go, if we're targeting Coates, we're just going to match him up wherever.
Yeah.
Or they're just going, who cares what it is, we'll just
They
play our
might
game.
swap.
Yeah, who knows?
knows?
Yeah, true.
Interesting anyway. I'm fucking pumped for it,
Yeah,
boys.
I'm going to be nervous come Wednesday night. Well,
As
next
always.
Wednesday night.
I'm fucking never, I never watch it with New South Welshmen either.
This is the
So it's
first
going to be
time, yeah.
fucking, It's going to be interesting, and it's live too, so I might get arrested.
In their territory.
Yeah, nah.
You've got a camera in your face.
I'm not a good watcher at the best of times, let alone around a bunch of cunts that if they're up and about, I wouldn't be able to handle it.
It's plain and simple. We just get too angry.
We're just passionate.
If we're winning,
Competitive.
fucking look out.
Yeah.
Look out,
Just
bro.
don't go off too early like some people did in the 2023 grand final.
Definitely don't.
Who are ya?
Yeah, definitely don't ask them who they are. Don't tell them to leave.
Don't tell them to leave.
Yeah.
Because then your team will just stop playing.
Yeah. Whoever said that to whoever we're referencing as well, they're two big fuckheads.
Fucking wankers.
I fucking hate them.
But anyway, there's Origin, boys. There's our fucking thoughts.
Yeah, mate.
Look, it's team lists aside, it's whoever the fuck turns up hungrier, really.
100%.
Because you've seen it so
fucking
many
state of
times.
origin.
People lift another probably 20% of effort out there. The crowd gets them up and going. Like, no matter what your stats are or what you've done prior, she's just fucking your emotions are pinging, man. And
that first 10 minutes is going to be fucking electric.
It's so full on, eh?
Right. At the end of the day, boys, state v state.
Mate v mate.
The boys need to, especially these younger boys for Queensland, for debutantes and that, need to work out how to harness a bit of energy for the last quarter. Because
It's easy to come out of the gates fucking firing.
Because last year in that game 3, one of those sides, because it was such a fucking epic game of footy, one side was going to break it open and the other side was going to go, fuck, we are cooked.
Yeah. Yep. Like once it gets broken open, you nearly can't gather more energy to get it back.
It's like a damn wall just gushing.
And that will happen again, don't you worry. So the boys need to just harness a bit early and that's going to be, it won't happen.
No.
It will not happen.
Way.
But in the last quarter, just dig deep and find your cunt. Because you've got cunt in there.
Oh, yeah.
Queensland cunt.
That's right.
That's right.
So are you here for the sports show next week?
I fly down Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He'll
I should be here. And I come back Thursday, so I shouldn't miss anything.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet. Sounds good.
He makes time for the Reggies,
Do you want to go into a bit of any of the games? Did you watch any?
Mate,
Recap some bar?
like I said, there was football on and my eyes were facing that way on Sunday, but I wasn't really there. So...
I didn't see games on Sunday. Sorry, I lied to you. I watched the Tigs game. Poor old fucking, not poor old, fuck him. What's the 5'8's name? Galvin. Lost him the game, man. Lost him the game.
Wow.
And got up and pretended he scored too. And he knew he dropped that thing cold.
Yeah, I did see that.
What? And I know they scored again after, but that was
What
the
a
game
turning
winner.
point. It was the same one that we were talking about with what's his name, the second rower who dropped it and then they scored. It was a similar outcome because it would have been.
It wasn't straight off the fucking same play,
but it was like,
yeah, mate. That was 3 minutes to go. Campbelltown, it was raining.
The way he carried on, it was like he scored 100%.
Yeah, you knew straight up.
Why do players do that now? Because it's getting checked every time. Back in the day, it didn't get checked unless they went like that. What a fuckhead.
Why couldn't
the fact that they try and do it, it's almost to
Or he
like
might
sell
have-
it. They're like, yeah, man, I
Well,
got it
maybe he
down. It's
thought-
like, well, you didn't.
Maybe he
so
thought,
stop
though,
lying.
that his hand caught back up with it. And but I don't know.
possibly? But my biggest thing with it was, what are you doing? Not getting down low. He was way over the line, and
Yeah.
he stayed upright like he didn't want to get down and gritty. And I was like, mate, you have just lost them the game. But anyway,
Yeah, Bronx killed it.
yeah.
They're
Just
getting
quickly,
really good
why
at
can I
winning.
not find the fucking fixtures on this cunt?
Which for what?
Mate,
on the
it's the
NRL
NRL
app.
app. It's a piece of shit.
No, not on that.
Well, mine
For
works
round
really
11, like
good.
last week.
Yeah, fuck me. Anyway, I'm in there. I'm in there.
Bronx once again up at halftime. Play a real good second half.
So, only thing I've got to say here is obviously Broncos are just terrible. Terrible. Scored 26 points and lost, though. So they scored points. You can't let the Dragons score 30 points.
No.
You can't let the Dragons score 2 tries while they've got a bloke, Jaden Sewer, in the sin bin. And then when he comes back on the field, you score an unreal try. Ezra Mam, I thought, was obviously pretty good.
Probably our best on the field.
I
to be
hate
fair.
to say he was good.
Him in attack.
He threw one fucking. The first try was that far forward.
Shibasaki.
It wasn't funny.
Yeah, it was.
But they just never call them these days, so all good. He scored one. He set up another. His footwork was definitely, you could notice it. Like, I noticed his footwork when he got the ball.
Yeah,
It
turn
was
of pace. He looked sharp considering it's his first game at NRL in a long time.
He did. Shouldn't be playing, but he is. So
Exactly.
the fact that the Broncos are potentially going to get rid of Marty Tapau for liking a negative Instagram post
was
about
this?
Michael Maguire.
Oh, was it? Because all I've seen is
Yeah.
that the post. Like, what was it? What
I don't
was
know.
the post? I don't know.
Don't
I
care.
can't remember who posted or its exact content, but it was, like you said, in
Negative
regards
about
to-
the coach.
About Michael Maguire's coaching styles and whatnot.
Martin's
and
liked it, and now we're going to move him on.
had to remove his and then, he's getting sacked for it.
But we've
then
got a fucking drug driving, almost
killed a
hurt some people,
child, and
and
he only gets 10 weeks.
we didn't sack him.
That-
And you can keep your million.
Well,
a
it's
season.
because he's a good half, and they needed a half, and he was earlier in his career, right?
I just look at
That's
that.
why.
and
Thank
yeah.
you.
Because Marty's at the end of his career, and he doesn't matter a fuck to the club.
It's-
That's
it's
why they
just
sucked him up.
100%.
It's not a great look.
No, it
That's-
isn't.
no.
But that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
It's also not a good culture look as well.
Oh, it's a shocking
and it's
look.
like building a fucking good culture. Like we said with Ezra, I was like, I'd be very surprised if they would have kept him because he's such a good young half, blah, 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 big contract. And Marty, old shit, fuck him off, for lack of words.
I get it.
What culture is it building when we're losing all these games and we can go and bring back and pump up Ezra and you're getting rid of Marty who's playing Q Cup? What culture vibe does that bring? Who and the young people want to stay and look towards that and go, that's a club I want to be a part of. An underperforming.
It's a fucking shit show at the moment, to be honest.
Just when you thought things were turning around.
No.
It's
Now
just
the
not.
players will be like,
I'm
he's
just-
too hard on us.
I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
too
yeah.
fucking numb and sick of this fucking club cunt.
All right, well, let's stop talking about it. How
Pisses me
about
off.
Mark's try?
Oh, Nawanga Nitawaze.
The
Get that in
commentator's
ya.
nightmare.
I
Yeah.
just fucking nailed that
You
name.
did actually. That's
What a-
Blocker's fucking stroke.
What a game of footy,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
for one.
Yeah.
The fact that wasn't the eventual game winner is sort of a bit annoying. Like, scored that freak try. Sandon then fucking slots it from the sideline, and you go, what a game. Let's hope the Chooks hold on, but then Dogs just don't know how to give up.
No, back to back.
They were down
huge
14-0.
comebacks.
14-0, I think the Chooks were up.
It's funny,
Early
they're
doors.
playing like a different brand of footy that's still so remarkable. It was like they'd shut teams out all games, chip away, score. Now they're leaking a bit more points, and they're just revving up in the second half, and you can just never count them out.
Well, there was actually a stat on their first half points to second half points in the last month or something, and it was ridiculous. It was fucking like 12 to 80 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
they're a very impressive team in the standards that they hold.
There's one thing, there's probably a couple of things. If you're a Dogs fan, you know more than me, but there's one position where I'm like, the only thing I can see that you're missing is a fucking gun halfback.
Yeah, and
Because
Toby
obviously
Sexton's-
Sexton's doing a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Toby Sexton, you know?
He's not a
But I
marquee
suppose
half.
Matt Burton is the guy, right?
He's their
Yeah.
man, yes.
Like, you don't need a gun halfback if your marquee is your 5'8".
True. Well,
They just sound
2000
across the whole board.
2006, boys, when the Bronx last won it, who was the halfback?
Sean Berrigan, was it? Or was
I
he
thought
playing
it was
nine?
fucking, wasn't it Perry? Shane Perry or something?
It could have
It was
been.
some fucking hopeless, not hopeless, but
We obviously
See,
had
I-
Lockie at 6.
I see that
Yeah.
team.
I thought Berrigan played 7.
I
Was he
see
playing
that
9
team
at
and
point?
go, the only marquee player I could see moving in there is a fullback. Because
Connor
Connor
Tracy's-
Tracy's doing a job, but I mean...
But 1 to 17, they're all just like, yeah, they're doing a good job.
Exactly.
Shane Perry, boys.
Shane Perry. Well, I was
Shane Perry.
3 years
Shane-o.
old, so
I was gonna
you can
say,
excuse myself.
Ian Lacey, but it wasn't him.
That's getting niche.
Where back to that try quickly. Where would you rate that up there with wingers, finishes, and stuff like
Wingers
that?
It was crazy, wasn't
Wingers creativity. Like when you see a crazy winger try, it's normally like a massive dive or
Yeah, dumb winger
up
shit.
in the yeah, exactly. It's me see ball, me jump, me like fast. That was fucking remarkable for some
Very
bloke
quick
who
thinking.
has played fuck all NRL level rugby league.
It's probably why, because he's not the normal NRL winger.
Yeah.
No, exactly.
But man, the quick thinking, and then I can't believe he managed to pull it in and gather it and to put it down.
The
in
fact that
one
the ball
swipe.
didn't bounce out
Oh,
was obviously
there's obviously a
luck.
little
Yeah.
bit of luck involved there, but it was still
Crazy
remarkable.
try. Crazy try.
Try of the year contender. If not,
Oh,
he's
surely.
taken it already.
Just while I've got the 06 Bronx up here, can we just have a look at this pack? Webke, Berrigan, Sivanasiva, Thaiday, Brad Thorne, Tony Carroll.
that is fucking
you see,
pretty good.
that why that wins premierships.
Yeah.
Because they don't paint nails. They don't give a fuck about their hair. They just go, I'm going to shift.
Well, none of them had any.
tones." Yeah.
Well, Thaiday did.
True. That was such a fucking good forward pack.
Anyway.
Can we not reminisce on such
sorry
a good
about
team
that.
at this
Sorry about
tough
that.
times?
Sharkies boys, Dustin and
That was a
Yeah.
big upset.
Yep.
Big upset.
Yep.
Great game of just absolute tri-fest.
Not going to lie, didn't see a minute.
Me neither.
I'm
others.
talking highlights, of course. I was not watching it live.
Yeah, Tri-Fest. You love to see it sometimes.
Good for a neutral fan, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we just put the fucking tips
Let's
in,
put
boys?
the tips in,
Let's put our
boys,
tip
because we
in.
don't need to go into how bad the Knights are, because to lose 28-6 at home to the Eels is
Look.
saying... That's all you need to say.
If you watched
That's all you
Knights
have to
versus
say.
Para, you're a Knights or a Para fan. And
Yeah.
that's all I'm going to
Oh,
say.
I watched it. I'm just saying
Did
that
ya?
nothing needs to be said. It was Thursday night.
It was
Oh, no,
Friday
it wasn't.
night.
It was Friday.
The Chicks' Origin was Thursday night.
Yeah, I know, but...
And we
Oh, well...
fucking sucked.
Well, I've obviously watched it, though, because I fucking saw it. Yeah, we lost that too, the Chicks Origin. Not to worry. Not to worry. It was
not
see the,
a sign of things to come.
see the game? It was like sheeting cats and
oh,
dogs.
proper.
Proper wet weather footy, which should have
You
evened
couldn't
it up
even
for us,
see the field.
Yeah.
It was just water. It literally looked like Briffany Creek.
but old school bah.
Oh, that was like 1940s bar.
Some of
They
those-
mentioned women's footy is still a bit behind, so it's less structured
That's
and
right.
it's just toiling. You add a bit of rain in,
And
you're going
mud.
back to fucking like the what?
Who
What's the-
scored that try underneath when the ball hit the crossbar and the big props fucking picked it up off his boots? You could not tell which team was which because both jerseys were that fucking brown from the mud. It was years. It was 80s, 80s or 90s.
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
No, so you will know the
I
try.
wasn't even swimming in my dad's balls.
You'll know
then.
the try if you saw it now
Yeah.
because it's been showed
Do you
that
remember
many
that?
times.
Was it Brisbane and Rabbitohs when they used to play in Perth? Do you remember that game that was literally a swimming pool?
Oh no.
Don't even worry about it. Then.
Yeah, no, that's
Just go fuck myself.
That's good yarn.
Yeah. Oh, yours was epic.
You watch everyone know the try. I'm
Do you remember that game where it was real windy and dry?
Yeah. You fucking wait. They'll all know it.
Oh, I'll go fuck
And you will
yourself.
too if you see it.
that's all
Let's
right,
go.
mate.
Pick the dogs, or do you? I don't know.
I do.
I do too.
Yeah, pick
Because
'em.
this stadium sucks and they never get any fans, but doggies will still get
Yeah,
30,000 at least.
You reckon? 30,
will.
that's a lot.
Well, they
Mate,
got
they
they got a
travel.
lot of guns still in their side that didn't get Origin
Yeah.
selection, and they don't have a hammer. The Dolphins.
Yeah.
the
yeah.
hammerless Dolphins.
They still got
sucks
Katoa,
cock.
though. He is playing some unbelievable football.
And Herbie Farnworth.
But as the Knights
that-
know, one player doesn't win games.
No, that's
Not
right.
at all.
Especially when he's not playing well.
No.
Para Manly combat Friday
Manly
night.
without a Moses.
Oh yeah.
That's actually a great point. I was
Yeah,
considering
man.
Para.
Let's have a look at some lists.
But
of
Manly
teams.
without
Actually,
a
that's a
Ches.
good call because we don't have all the teams anyway, so we might as well have a
We got Lukey Brooks.
Moses well.
Ooh.
Team of lists round 12.
Jake Arthur playing 7. Look at this for a halfback matchup. Dean Hawkins versus Jake Arthur. The battle for the ages. Wow.
Brooksy and Dylan Brown are going to have to step up.
Big
Well, let's
time.
put it that way. They're still
Turbo
fucking
fullback.
turboed up.
Yeah,
Yeah. And he'll be stinging too.
Oh, he's out to prove a point. You cannot
He's out to get
blame.
injured.
There is no fucking way Laurie Daly could have picked him, surely, and being able to push the case for it.
Nah.
He needs to play some fucking.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
needs
yeah.
to see him be
100%
uninjured for
agree.
10 weeks.
Yeah, man.
You're not going to not pick Lomax after.
Fuck no.
He barely missed
Best
a fucking,
winger in the comp, cunt.
Didn't miss a goal, just about, too, last year.
His kicking was next level at the MCG, bro.
Olakawatu's named, so is that.
Well, he's named 20 for New
Yeah,
South Wales,
so
I'd
he's not
say
the
it'd-
replacement.
So
They
I'd
usually
say
get
to
exempt,
depend.
yeah.
I'd say to depend on Haas, and if he does, I've already heard him say Kamanu will
Is
move
in,
into
yeah,
that
yeah,
spot,
righto.
and then it'd probably shuffle up one,
So he might be a laid out though, old Ola.
maybe.
I'm definitely going to tip Manly, I think.
Me too.
Looking at
and
those sides.
You'll definitely do 13 plus Ola Kawatu to run over Dean Hawkins.
Yeah, and
Put a couple of
definitely
grand on it, bro.
happen.
yeah.
Hey, you said it was a good idea.
Yeah, I know.
We had a 4-leg second row multi at one point. We went, maybe we should just tone it down a little bit.
Speaking of unbelievable halves matchups, Penrith and the Knights.
Oh!
Cogger up against Schneider,
Oh.
the old teammates.
I'll be watching that.
And Gamble up against Talangi.
Gambo.
Big Gambo. Is he an in? Nah, he's been playing.
Look, I don't really pay much attention.
Hastings is an in. Where's he?
Jackson
Where is he? Oh, he's in the reserves.
in the
Sorry.
bench.
He's on the bench.
In the pine.
Look at the ins for Penrith.
Yeah, they're missing like 5, I think.
Look how many they're missing.
Like Dane Laurie, fullback, can do a job.
Yeah.
And then Tommy Jenkins.
They're not exactly the Penrith of old where it was like, oh yep, they've got all these blokes to back it up, but I think they've got enough.
Jesus, bro.
Against Knights, I think so.
Like, obviously, this is Origin related, but take Leota out of that forward pack for Penrith, and that is a Q Cup
Yeah.
forward pack, bro.
Yeah.
That's poor. But I'm still going to tip
Lindsay
them because
Smith and Henry and Eisenhuth,
Newcastle,
though, they're all right.
Newcastle just suck ass.
Yeah.
Carrington Park, where's that? It sounds like a track for some trots.
They'll win this week now, the Knights, hopefully.
Yeah.
Chooks Sharks. So Hines is in, obviously. They don't have many
Are
changes.
Sharks missing anyone?
They are not missing a single
Yeah,
person.
Sharks are fucking winning.
Fuck.
They are not missing a single bloke.
When
which
they're not
is-
playing
it's
anywhere
crazy,
either,
isn't it?
apparently, on the...
Tedesco will want to just prove a point here too, though, I reckon,
Yeah,
to say
yeah,
that,
yeah.
bruh, if
They're
he plays
missing-
shit this game, I'm here.
Yeah.
Sydney,
100%.
this is a groper each way, I reckon, for this game because
Oh, it's a G each.
Roosters could definitely turn
Massive
up,
D-
but
G each.
Sharks on paper,
Yeah.
untouched.
Well, they
You gotta
beat
go.
Storm last week, and they've got most of their players, the fucking
Exactly,
Sharks.
yeah.
So Angus out, Connor Watson out, Lindsay Collins, even that Nafa'u White, he's out, must be injured. Toya, Spencer Lenu, they're big, they're huge
It's
names.
a lot of names.
No, I think definitely, man.
Fuck, they've been showing up all year though.
They have. They fucking have.
The old Chukaroonskins.
So it makes you nervous for when they're going to be full strength and they get Cherry Evans next year and then they get fucking Sam Walker.
Yeah. Tommy's favourite
Yeah.
defender. Now, look at this for a 7 matchup. Jamal Fogarty up against the best half
In the
in
game.
the comp, just about.
Leading the Dally M count.
You're
Luke
welcome.
Metcalf.
You're welcome,
Is he
mate.
actually?
He is. He's got 30 points.
You couldn't write that shit, eh?
And that
He might be
Clovis.
the best number 7 that New Zealand's ever produced.
Any club
Easy. Stacey
want me? Anyone want
Sean
me
Johnson.
to turn a bloke into the best half in the comp? Fucking get on
Let
to
me know. Okay.
I'll make a statement
1 to
at the start of
17
next year.
Brisbane. Tell me how bad they are, please.
Tell me what the Bronx need. So what are we doing here, mate?
I'm going to tip the Waz.
Is it
because
long?
Was.
It's long. Yeah, it's at fucking New Zealand,
Bros.
mate. Canberra are going to be missing a couple names.
This has got Ricky Stewart fire up written all over it.
Fuck, I'm glad Broncos
Tough,
aren't playing
cold
this week.
trip to New Zealand.
Long, cold, long.
Yeah.
I'm going to tip the Raids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, mate, it's not like it's fucking.
Who are they missing?
How
They're
many
missing-
did you get, by the way? I got 3 of 8.
What I got?
I got
Fuck
4.
all. Hang on. Yeah, I got 4.
I got 3 from 8 in the league and then got 3 from 9 in the AFL.
Hey, I got 4 from 9.
I got
yeah.
5 from 9. Well, I got 4 from 8, and I've gone up in the
Wow.
bar.
Are you talking about games from last week with the AFL?
We can talk about the Moons.
Yeah,
up
there's
in
a few-
Darcy and
a few
how
fixtures.
the Moons beat the Hawks. They got off to a flyer, as Jace sort of showed me.
Yeah, it ended close, didn't it?
Yeah. I thought, probably at 3/4 time, I was like, okay, Hawthorn will get the job done here because they've come all the way back.
Yeah.
But the Moons, man, they had all the run in that last quarter,
They did.
and
Yep.
it was mentioned that the fact that they were up there for 2 weeks,
They loved Darwin.
acclimatizing, Hawthorn they were there for a fair few days before, but just the run they had in the last quarter, you could tell that they handled the conditions a bit better because it was obviously humid as fuck.
Yeah.
And hot.
Yeah.
So there would have been some pickle juice getting around at three-quarter time.
Fucking was.
That's for
Holy.
sure.
Can you imagine going from Melbourne, where it's obviously a lot colder than here, coming in to winter months, and you've just got to take a big step backwards and go up to Darwin.
But credit to them. Credit to the Moonage.
I would not hate to see the Moons in a final.
When the Hawks lose a game like that, it's okay because we're 7-3.
And you've got a good
7-3. It's not like when the Dragons score 2 tries with a man in the bin and then beat the Broncos who are
at
now
home after you've
outside
lost
the 8.
3 in a row. It's very different.
It's very different. I was okay with that.
Suns are playing fucking great footy.
Exactly.
They're like pretty sound across the park at the moment. Clearly, it's a Damien Hardwick effect.
Oh, mate, he has got them going.
He has got
well.
them absolutely going. And I don't know about yourself and the general population with Richmond. When they first started to fire up in their dynasty, I doubted it.
Hard to stop.
I went, Richmond, fuck no, they're not that club. And then they just toiled and just fucking won.
Yep.
There's no reason that he can't build something here with Suns. I'm actually excited to see it.
He's building.
For now.
Yeah,
If they're good next year again, though.
But it's good.
Right
It's
off.
good for the Gold
game.
Coast community too.
Well,
and the game.
how many people have doubted Gold Coast since they've
Just
come in the comp?
get out there and support your fucking team now.
Yeah,
now that they're
exactly.
going good, it's okay that you didn't do it when they sucked.
They seem
You
to
can
do it
pretend
right.
like you always have.
Yeah,
Just rock
but
up with
just-
your little
yeah.
fucking gay
Just
scarf
go,
and yell.
Just go now. Like Noah. He's now gone back to the Moons after changing to
Yeah.
Collingwood.
Now he likes sausage rolls, not pies.
Carlton are gone. They are absolutely gone. Will not make the 8.
Yeah,
you can't lose
Will
to the
Sydney though
Swans.
too?
Yeah, but they were gone a month ago, I reckon.
Yeah, both of them are gone. It was a pretty
So
battle of the
they'll
shit.
finish 4th and 5th now.
Sorry, actually, just before we get into this next game, can we mention how horrible it is with Adam Selwood?
Oh, yeah.
That is shocking. Tom, I don't know if you're really aware of it, but Joel Selwood, Scott Selwood, Adam Selwood, and Troy Selwood are 4 very famous brothers of the AFL. Troy Selwood passed away a few months ago. Wasn't 100% confirmed, I believe, but it was mental health related, potentially suicide. And Adam Selwood, his twin brother, also committed suicide the other day.
Fuck me. Tough time.
I don't think we need to say anything else other than please talk to someone.
Oh, fucking
If
hell,
you
man.
go through it. And
That's all I
that's
can
it.
say. Talk
That's
to your
all we'll
mates,
say.
get around each other, because that's just horrible.
100%, and it sort of shows as well that there's a couple of, like, I've heard a few different stories as well with in the family and stuff, and like so there's something going on there where, you know, it might come down the line sort of thing. So, if you see someone who's struggled or they had brothers or sisters or family members struggling, just keep an eye out on
Talk to
people like
someone.
that.
There
That's
needs to
all.
be a mental health round in the AFL.
Yeah.
If that hasn't cemented it enough, 2 great to your game, fucking make it happen.
Your 2 teams, Tommy.
Yes.
That would have
at
been
the G.
conflicting for you.
Yeah,
You gotta win,
I
though.
didn't- Yeah, that's right. You always win, don't you? Went
Now,
down,
we
eh?
didn't see this one.
No, we
It
were
was
fucking
Saturday.
fully fledged.
Absolutely no chance of seeing it. It was early, though, and we met I was having a few drinks with a very passionate Crows man, and he was not happy after it. He said he almost wants to fucking ring in each week so he can actually provide some feedback on the game
For the Crows.
other than Tom going,
Yeah.
the nest is fucked.
Yeah, because mate,
that with
I
a
honestly
rattler.
don't really give a fuck.
Hey, the honesty
I'm
is there.
I'm trying to get behind the Crows and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but I barely get time to fucking
You can't even follow
scratch
the
me
league,
ring.
mate.
That's right.
So-
I'm doing my best, mate. I'm doing my best.
I like the honesty. You're not going to sit here and go, oh, but boys, I like you. Just like it's not your thing.
yeah,
You
and
don't give a
I
fuck.
get around it and carry on, and I fucking like going to the live games and that, but I just don't have time, brother.
Don't have time for
These
another
two
sport.
do though.
Yeah.
That's why
I-
they talk
I'll-
heaps in the AFL segment.
Cats beat Port. Nothing to write home about there. You
All
just
I'm going to say
beat Port.
is Port.
Stinkley needs to go.
Yeah, he does need to go. Port kicked 5 goals. Jeremy Cameron kicked 7.
Enough said.
Go and fuck yourself, fellas.
That's too many.
the solos up
That's
your
too many floggings in the first 11 rounds. Like
No.
just absolute floggings where they just didn't show up. Too many in the first 11 games.
They either win against a great team or they get raped.
Yeah.
And there's just no in between.
See, yeah.
You don't roll over and die in a game like that. Bit wet conditions at the start.
At the Adelaide
low
Oval.
scoring. But in the fourth quarter, they literally just went, just kick it to Jez and let him fucking win, essentially. We just rolled him to the middle, rolled him to the wings, forward 50. It was like a bloodbath.
Freo, not long. Very short.
Fucking super short.
To big NG Stadium.
And it just kills me that GWS showed up last week.
Yeah.
Like we caught them on a great week.
Maybe you can't win the next week if you beat
No, that's
Geelong.
what they say, mate. Fucking beat the Cats. You don't win the next week.
And the Rabbits won too, boys, which is very unfortunate for my theory.
Yeah.
The Dogs. Just thought they'd go, hey, Essendon, just woo. Just woo up. We're just going to give you an absolute hiding.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that you don't think by winning last week, you're on.
Essendon suck such a big fat AFL cock.
And then if you got 3 from 3 on Sunday, you're a dead set cheat.
Yeah. There's no way. There is no fucking way.
If you know anything
about
the AFL, you got none from 3. Nah, just kidding.
I got one.
Yeah, so did I.
I also got one.
Yeah. Did you get West Coast?
Nah, North.
Oh, yeah, right.
I tipped North. I thought St Kilda might show up. West Coast get their only win of the year, it might
That's
seem.
right.
But how the fuck could you have picked the D's to go up to Brisbane on a Sunday night and do that?
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have got none from 3.
Is there
That was a bit over
troubles
the
in
top.
Brizzy to have a draw
Maybe they're on the
against
fucking
North?
WhatsApps again. I don't know.
Maybe they're just doing
They
heaps
drew
of
with-
cheating and posting about it.
They drew with North and then they've lost to Melbourne. Now, friend of the show actually told me that the Melbourne Demons, when they play under their Indigenous name of Naarm, have never won until the weekend.
Well, it's broken now.
It's broken. They've done it. Naarm has won.
Now they're going to come back and they're going to win a flag.
Oh, please.
Look, even if you're Lions and you're looking at a draw into that home loss, you get a bit of a dip in the percentage. You're down to 110, but you're still second.
Yeah, 100%.
Like your season isn't completely written off. So
no, it never was going to be.
No way. But who have they got this week?
We got fucking us.
Wow.
Don't they?
Yeah, they do at the G2s. That's going to be fucking tough.
Yeah.
You know they're
Let's get into the tips on that fucking point.
Yeah, they're coming in at $2.50, bro.
Hey, who?
Lions.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Once
the
again,
G.
they've just given the Hawks.
Quick shout out to the mighty fucking West Coast too for getting their first win. Well done.
Yeah,
You
the
didn't want
fans-
to be on the spoon not the spoon, on the duck egg any longer.
Nah, the big bagel.
North got a win. Richmond obviously have had the 3 wins. Naarm now have 4 wins. So look,
Who's Nam? Sorry.
Melbourne
Demons.
The what are they called? The fucking RM
wearing North Face
North-
puffer, wearing scarf, wearing fucking
Yeah, right.
dudes.
Yeah.
The really
Daddy's money, trust fund, holiday house in Torquay. Demons.
Glad I asked that, man.
yeah, no,
just
well
had
done.
to give you a bit of context.
No, thanks. I fully get it.
I'm glad.
Yeah, huge game. But we'll get to that one. Geelong Dogs, that's another big one.
This
Can
is
you
massive.
blokes just stop having fucking grand finals?
Dude, I looked at I think I might have mentioned it last week. Our fixture gets easier as the year goes on, as you'd hope.
Has
but
to.
Holy, we've been given a tough test. And Bailey Smith didn't help by just bringing this into a fiery contest with what he said a few weeks ago.
Yeah, mate.
This would be a
He's
great
lucky
game.
that it's in Geelong.
Yeah, 100%.
Otherwise,
The
it would have
crowd-
been hostility.
Yeah, at the G or at Marvel, and we love playing at Marvel.
Or Ballarat.
Ballarat too, yeah. All 3 of them would have gotten real angry.
Yeah.
I think this is a lot more even now with Dangerfield being out. It's a massive loss. He's been so key this year in our forward line, but I still think we're going to get the job done.
I'm going for the the non-fairy tale of hoping that Smith loses to his old team. And that's just me.
But it
So
won't
I'm gonna-
affect him.
I'm going to tip
It
the
won't
Dogs.
affect him, mate. He's proved this year.
I'd
Dogs
love-
are going to come out too focused on that kind of shit. Bailey Smith's going to play his brand of footy. He'll do it
I'd
every
love-
week and he'll win the Brownlow.
You can't even do the opposite with this game either because it's the same result.
Cats versus dogs, dogs versus cats.
Wow.
Because I was going to try something. I'm like, no, they
Oh, it's
fuck me.
the dogs versus
You
cats.
you could call them Eastern dogs if you
Yeah,
wanted
right.
to.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
The Eastern Cats.
I'm going the Cats, like the actual one.
The actual Geelong
I'm
ones,
going
yes.
the fake cats.
Right.
I'm going the opposite cats.
You're going the cow cats.
Oh, you know
So
what
the
I'd love to
Bulldogs.
see? I'd love to see. Don't know if you've ever watched the 1989 Grand Final, Jace, Hawthorn versus Geelong, but it's very
Not
famous.
live.
Very, very famous.
Obviously.
Famous for a lot of reasons. There was absolute carnage. Blokes ended up in hospital after the game, and it was one of the great games.
One of the many we lost in that era.
The first play of the game was one of yours coming off the square, did not even look at the ball. Just looked at Dermot Brereton and lined him up
So he fucking
from
should
20
have.
to 30 metres away and blindsided him and fucking flattened the cunt. And Dermot was gone. Like, it was like how he broke his ribs.
How'd you like
That
those
was
ones
tactics.
sort of
Then he went
back
and kicked
then.
8 goals and won us
Yeah.
the game. Tough as fuck. I would pay someone a lot of money to do that to Bailey Smith on the weekend.
Wow.
Just
Wow.
come off the square.
Your narrative has completely flipped.
Come off the square. Don't even look at the footy. Get suspended and rubbed out for 8 weeks. But God, you'd be a hero.
Wow. I can't believe a few weeks ago you said, you know what, I actually like it, you know, a bit of fucking...
I am. And then he's just gone and shat on his old team and give him everything.
It's,
So.
I'm just going to say it's pot calling as a Hawthorn fan.
What do you mean?
With your TikTok fucking team of little forwards.
So, yeah,
that's
but
the
not
cheekiest
never-
cunts
calling
in
the
game.
arsehole Harry
I've
Jones.
It
never-
is. You've got Jack Ginnivan,
I've
Nick
never
Watson.
supported that shit, though.
You don't mind it. I've said myself, I don't mind when Guinea does what he
I
does.
don't mind their football. They play well, but they're a bunch of fucking TikTok megastars.
Yeah, it is. But I really just think it's a bit of character for the game.
And they love doing American sports celebrations or fucking European football celebrations. And I'm like, stop copying.
I do understand that bit of aspect to it.
You know
yes.
what I mean? Just make your
There
own
is
one.
times where it feels like they're doing it as a social media stunt more than just playing the game.
And they get asked after the game. They go, "Oh, where'd that one come from?" And it'll be, "Oh, it
Yeah,
was
do a
fucking
Ray-Ban.
It's some NBA player. That's his one." I'm like, "Oh, sweet, yeah, just fucking suck him off."
Bailey Smith's not doing that.
No, that's my bloke.
He's just being a very big smart ass. But oi, as long as he keeps playing a fucking unreal brand of
Yeah.
footy that he's been playing and getting 30 touches.
Hopefully, he can
I'm
stretch
happy.
the hammies before the
happy.
game, so
With
he
his
can-
little steps.
so he can stride out a bit.
Longer strides. And maybe pull the shoulders back
Anyway,
too.
go the Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Dogs, mate.
Yeah.
All right.
Dream time at the G, boys.
This will be-
Essendon, Richmond.
Yep.
It'll be a spectacle. Anyone going, I imagine you'll see a lot of things pre-game. That'll be,
Quite special.
Sorry.
quite special.
Can you enlighten me a bit?
It's
Sorry
the
for
Doug
ignorance.
Nichols round,
Okay.
Indigenous round. It
Righto.
was, the first half of it was last week, second half this week.
Got ya.
And because of the colours of the teams,
Oh, yeah, there you go.
they do
Nice.
Dream time at the G. where they
Yep,
put
pretty
on a
good,
show.
pretty good watch.
It's
Yeah.
up there with regular season games. It's up there with Anzac Day at the G and shit.
With the pre-game stuff,
pre-game
yeah.
ceremony,
Yeah, cool.
everything. And because both these teams are fucking dog shit,
Not going well.
hopefully it makes for a cracking
Yeah,
game.
equaled each
Yeah.
other out.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
don't know
cool.
who's going to show
You
up.
almost should tip Richmond.
I'm
here.
tipping Richmond.
Yeah,
Fuck Essendon.
I'll tip them too.
I'm going Essendon.
Righto. It's probably the smart bet.
How are Carlton? Okay, GWS did lose.
Not
to
playing
Fremantle,
well.
I'm
actually.
going GW.
GW, same.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go GWS as well.
And I tell you what, if you want some value here at the Wazoo, you should probably take the Lions.
I
I think
am
I'm
taking
going
the
to,
Lions.
yeah. They're due to bounce back at some point.
Yep.
You are as well, though. It's a battle of a bounce back. Hawthorn. But I don't know.
Second verse 4.
Lions had a bit of a bogey at the MCG for a while there, and it's no longer existent.
Potentially future finals matchup, this one.
This definitely will be a top 4 matchup come into the year, I think.
So,
And for that reason, they'll probably get 80,000 here. The Fitzroy fans will fucking show up, and
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
Hawthorn fans. This will be another high intensity, massive crowd. I'm
which
keen to watch this.
has me a little bit worried because of the game we just come off.
Yeah, he's had a big game.
Big sweaty game.
Big,
Big,
hot, sweaty,
humid,
long.
sweaty, long.
Yeah, quite the opposite of MCG as well.
Yeah. Whereas the Lions had, look, yes, they lost, but I don't think
Slightly less hot and sweaty.
yeah, I don't think the intensity meter was as high either.
No, not at all.
Anyway, Collingwood,
They just win, yeah.
they'll just win at Marvel. Collingwood fans love going to Marvel too.
Yeah, they're stoked about travelling there. Well, it's
Have
not their
a
home
look
game.
at
So.
this. Now, here's a game where Freo should just win, and they probably won't.
I'm going Freo.
That is just Freo for you. You
I've
watch
just-
them.
oh.
They were not supposed to go to Sydney and beat GWS by
Did I say that I
5
would
goals.
tip Freo every single week while they're at Telstra Stadium for the rest of the year?
Hang on, we're still on Freo, mate.
Oh, fucking pick him and hurry up.
I'm tipping Freo. They don't lose at home.
Righto.
And they won't.
Here we go.
Yeah. Squawk your squawk.
Squawk it
It's going
up.
to be a tough game, boys.
Oh,
We
you
just need to
called
show
it
up.
early.
Oh, the Nest is a fortress.
I wish you could do points on this one like you can in the
Yeah,
first
like plus
fixture. 'Cause it'd
100 or
I'll
something.
genuinely back them for 100 points.
Really?
Yeah,
They are
200.
good.
West Coast coming off
Bro.
a hot win
That Saturday
against the
sorry.
mighty Saints.
Saturday night at fucking 4 a.m. and then into Sunday afternoon. Both teams that just love playing at home.
Right, yeah, we're obviously going to tip the Crows, but let's not
The
just
Nest has been
Crows are
welded
gonna-
up.
completely write off the Eagles.
West Coast probably hung over after their grand
mean-
final win last week.
You'd hardly believe it if they won. Caught that, Kelly. Kelly's had an absolute stinker on the weekend.
Shocking.
Did you see that
No.
goal?
But let's. Oh, yeah, she gave some big
So-
fucking speech
It was
trying to sound
the
biblical.
whole lead up to it was fucking awesome. She was into it. She had the big croaky voice going because she was that into
Yeah,
it.
roaring.
And old mate's picked up the ball. He must have played against the team who overlooked him in the draft or something.
Yeah,
Or
I can't remember who it was, but I know what you're talking about now.
they've
yeah.
overlooked him in the draft.
him in
And then he's picked up the ball. He's dead set right in front, and he's gone to snap it through. They've overlooked him in the draft, and he says, "Take that." He's missed.
Ow!
Oh,
And
fuck,
that,
it was
that
good.
one is where you actually feel bad for
I
her
know,
because it
'cause
wasn't her blunder.
You'd think it went.
was-
you have to
oh.
kick that. You're
You have
fucking
to.
next to the goal. Anyway, he must have bellied the ball or something.
Yeah,
It's-
it was wasn't her fault, that one.
So that one's getting a bit
rank.
viral, but poor chick. What do we do here?
But see, like, poor chick, but like everyone says who's in the media thing that views are important than that, they'll keep her on because she's the talking point, right?
Yeah.
They're bringing...
No such thing as bad publicity.
well, that's what I mean. Like, people are probably thinking, oh, fuck, you'll be sacked. As if. They'll be
if
thinking
BT
everyone...
had done that, he would have just given himself a bit of curry and
Yeah.
gone, well, fuck it,
Yeah,
that's
no.
what it is. And it would have still went viral and been funny as fuck. It's not because it's poor old Kelly.
no. She just likes to make mistakes a lot. But so do I. So it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all
There's
do.
the old fucking
I'm,
pot.
I'm here with you.
Melbourne or Sydney?
Melbourne.
RMs or Sydney?
RMs or RMs.
Look,
Yeah.
They're
this
both
week, I
RM
cannot...
wearing fucking holiday housing. I'll stop there.
Around this time of year, anything Sydney can go and fuck itself.
Yeah, right. I go.
I
to
like that
Gs.
vibe, actually, yes.
Yeah, fuck off.
Marvel,
Sydney, go and fuck yourself,
the
fellas.
Marvel Moons.
Yeah, moons.
Saints.
You got to get on the moon train, don't you?
Yeah.
St
Moon it up.
Kilda fucking suck. Was this the game last year where Mac Andrews kicked that goal after the siren? Was it against this lot?
I do remember it. Can't remember who they played, mate. Sorry.
Well, it won't happen this year because I think Suns will just win by 50.
Yeah. Well, they are playing well. But also, see, they're playing the last game Sunday off a Thursday game. That's nice.
Yeah.
Nice to the
Because they've had a
AFL
big travel. They've
to
got
look
to
after 'em.
climatise as well.
Yeah.
They're coming from somewhere really, really hot and stinky.
Yeah. The Oscar Piastri in the F1s, boys. There you go. Thank you.
Did he win?
No. He was on
Shane
pole.
Hopton was very
Very confident.
vocal and
Very
confident about it,
confident.
wasn't he?
He was,
all weekend.
He lost the race lead on the second corner of the race, and Max Verstappen never looked back. He was flying, man.
So
no one was ever going to get
Vasuxi-
near him.
Vasuxi won.
Was his car faster that day?
Well, must have been.
Fuck
So
off.
That's crazy.
What's the name? Lando Norris actually got into second as well, which was not good to see for
McLaren
Oscar.
purposes.
But it is what it is. He's still got the championship lead.
Where did they race? Sorry.
It was in, what do they call it? Emilio Romano or some shit. It's in Italy.
Yes.
In the countryside of Italy.
Okay, yes.
So does that change any leaderboards or anything?
No, so it might down further, but Oscar's still in front in the Drivers' Championship, which is okay. He didn't have a catastrophe where he's fucking crashed or done something. He's just...
he just raced shit.
Well, that or
Not as good as he has
the car didn't have the race pace, as they say.
Yeah,
That's the first thing Lando said over the radio. He's like, good effort today, guys. Fortunately, we just didn't have the race pace. But they obviously had the pace in qualifying. So I don't know what the fuck changes. But
Yeah. Well, I'm all out of questions for that segment.
No
That's
worries.
all I can think of.
Just quickly too, like the lot going on in the fighting world. Nothing really this weekend though worth talking about. So we'll talk about it closer. But one fucking knockout that happened, mate. Johnny
I saw
Fisher
this.
got bombed.
He got
Holy fuck, mate.
that was the ref's fault.
Yeah, like he was pretty out of it, but I mean, he was still But anyway, that punch was just brutal,
He
and then
got
just
up,
copped one on
Stoving upon.
Got up and literally was like falling into the ref.
Oh,
He's
man, that's
like,
it.
okay, well, you can go get bashed.
Have another one.
Have some more Chinese with your old man.
Yeah, but man, like that's his first. I know the last fight, everyone says it like he didn't win. That's the first loss he's copped, and to his credit, man, the way he's talking and copping it on the chin after, fucking good on him. I think he's only like 26 as a fucking heavyweight. He's a heavyweight, isn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, it would make a lot of sense.
Like 26 as a heavyweight, though, man, that is young as fuck.
Fuck yeah.
You look at Fury, Usyk, Wilder, any of these blokes, man, he's got plenty of time ahead. But that knockout was fucking
Is he-
brutal.
Like, I don't follow him enough in boxing. I just watch his dad eat lots of Chinese food.
And say bar.
And say bar.
Oh, true.
Is he
that where
actually
I
a
had no
Yeah,
clue what
Big
was going on
John.
there.
You haven't seen Big Johnny's Chinese orders?
No, mate.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you're still on MySpace or
Sorry.
whatever it is. Is he actually a genuine, like, chance to be at the top of boxing? Or is it because... a bit of nepotism,
Mate, I
because
actually-
of his old man and his
I would
social
be
media
talking
fame.
out of my ass, Jace, if I tried to answer your question.
I appreciate the honesty once again.
Well,
Mate,
I
I think
Quinn-
he's like an up and comer.
Yeah,
And he's
like-
only 26 and he's having a good go.
And he
if
was
that makes
undefeated. And
Yeah.
I think in England, he's pretty big. I don't know, on the world stage. Like, it's not like I don't think he's going to come up and
He
fight
definitely
Fury
draws
next
cards.
year.
Yeah.
He's got a big following because of the social media thing. And
Yeah.
as we know nowadays, boxing isn't just about how good you can fight. It's how many bums you can put on seats. And I
Exactly
think
right.
him and his old boy and that have got that following. But like Quinn said, I think he's an up-and-coming young prospect sort of
Yep.
thing, right?
Okay, cool. Sweet. That does answer
There
it.
you go.
Tried.
See that? You tried, and you probably were almost right.
Groper reached it too,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
in case.
And someone go, oh, Tommy.
Not fuck yeah. I think he's going to fight Fury next year.
Yeah, he's next up, right?
What
Yeah.
Fucking, you did. Someone did that last week. I don't know. I wouldn't.
Well, I just pointed at me because you just
I was going to mention it, but I'll let you off.
mention it, please.
When you said fucking old mate who won the welterweight title in the UFC, what's his fucking name? JDM.
Yeah.
Jack Della.
Fucking old best striker in the UFC, he reckons.
I said, does that make him one of the best strikers in the UFC?
The best.
Bro, I
Fucking-
still am of the belief that he's one of the
I
best.
love when you just
Stands
back
and
your
bangs.
own, but Bailey Smith's not going to win the Norm Smith, and I don't know
I
if you
said
can say
Brownlow.
that yet. Ah, sorry.
Am I allowed to get on
Brownlow.
here and trout and suck off
Yep.
the
Yeah,
people
you are,
that
mate.
I like?
You
Yep.
suck them.
And I will.
You suck 'em hard.
I will. And that's going to be clipped when Baz walks up for the little medal around his neck.
Oh, stop it.
JDM defends his belt 5 times and knocks
Yeah. And
Islam
then-
clean out.
And then Joe Rogan says, he is the best striker
Wow.
in the
Shout
UFC.
out to the Reggie's podcast.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting on.
Jace Ward.
Yeah,
Is that
I'm-
for Jason?
And then I'm sitting.
Short for Jason.
Hey, you made me laugh when I'm sitting on Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah,
Fucking
how'd you
telling
know,
him about-
mate?
Yeah, high as a kite, fucking
Yeah, that
trying
would
to get
suck
out of there.
heaps.
Yeah,
Talking about pyramids
bosh.
on Mars and shit.
Yeah, oi, I'm built for that
That's
shit.
why I'm doing what I'm doing, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
fucking oath, boys. Hey,
I got nothing else.
well, I got one more thing, and it's the CTC Captain of the Week. Head to thecountrycompanies.com. The Stonker was fucking live in action, getting put on the heads of people yarning. Keto had a great speech. We all got there, got into our work. So if you want a Stonker or any other hat that the Knuckles and the team there has made, head to thecountrycompanies.com. To design your own, head to countrytruckercaps.com. Who are we thinking, boys? I think it's pretty simple.
Well, this bloke has a stonker.
He does have the stonker.
Stonker. And
And
he's
he
the
got
MVP.
the one and only jersey presented to him.
Yeah.
MVP Wako, I think.
Yeah,
you pronounce-
his name's MVP.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think he said he's
MVP.
legally going to change it too.
Yeah, that's good.
Don't matter if you don't listen to
And a
us,
close
so-
runner-up was every single other person there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Saturday.
and Milton Common
And
and,
Groper,
Cameron Hay.
to be honest, mate, I know we're not going to give it to ourselves, but that multi that you pulled off was...
He'll give it to himself if you give
Oh,
him the
yeah,
green
no,
light.
I was going to mention
because that stings me to my core. But what was it paying, the multi?
On the day or what I got on the show?
On the show.
Right.
'Cause that's all that's important.
232, wasn't it?
252 to 1.
Oh,
Fuck
apologies.
me.
And I obviously backed both of them individually.
Yeah.
Which has pissed me off a bit because I got 2 units a win at $23 for Summer Flame and it paid 51 on the day, so I've been ripped. But I got $11 for Cabalas and it was like $6 when it jumped.
Yeah.
So what's that? 46 there, 22 there, plus 253.
That's fucking good.
I may not be caught.
No, I don't think you'll be caught.
I
Well,
think we
oi,
said
put it this
we're
way, buddy.
champs been
I'll be
cancelled.
fucking swinging
Yeah.
for the rest of the
Yeah.
year, and that's reality.
On my way to work on Sunday night, I had to adjust the rear vision mirror and I couldn't see you. Fucking, I
Hence
could not
why-
see you or any listener.
You know what? I'm not even going to chirp back at that because you're right. It
And
should be cancelled, that segment.
Barbary had a good multi-win, didn't he?
Yeah, mate, he did on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's words are going to be said about that on Thursday because that is just piss poor form.
What, not
far
back? Is that what you're getting at? He didn't back it himself.
Correct.
Oh.
Didn't
we
win
s-
it.
we said at
Didn't
the
win a
start of the
dime.
year-
Did not win. Did not have a cent.
Hey, you know what else is fucked? Even I put the hard yards in Friday morning while taking a big fat shit at work to put his bet up in the group.
Yeah.
I backed it. We backed it.
Yeah,
And he didn't even fucking
Other
take the
people-
time to go copy bet.
Other people did in the group too, which was good of them to do. But yeah, look, I don't know.
Well, it doesn't
I don't know.
matter.
That's
I don't know where we go.
That's the
If
other
there's
thing.
not even $1 on it, at least you don't get your win.
That's what we
It's proof.
need to say in the Neds group too. Although the pot didn't go well, if you're in that group, every one of those bets, Groper's bet, Barb's bet, every bet was there to be copied
there was
too.
plenty of money
So there
won.
was some money produced for the punters, just not in the pot.
Yeah.
All right. So
Correct,
we're on the right
correct.
path.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in, Reggies. Obviously, you'll hear from us again, the Punch Show this week, and another Origin spray next
Yeah.
week.
yeah.
Bit said today. So
Yeah,
it's
mate.
good.
There has been a bit said.
Oh, we had to. We had to take a
we had to
stand.
fire back at
oh,
someone.
some cunt's got her.
Yeah. Someone's going to fly the fucking flag.
What? Queenslanders, get
Maroni.
fucking behind
Yes.
us.
Fire
Let's
up.
go.
We'll see you fucking Friday morning for the punch show. Yeah.